Hi guys, Mark here, and I've got the Osmo, DJI Osmo to take a look at. I thought I'd do something slightly different today, with this being a bit more of a selfie stick and a great little vlogging gadget. I thought I would do a little bit of an unpacking and setup, and I'll spend a bit of time with it and I'll show you a bit of how it works as well. So I've tried the original Osmo, and that was the one that had the camera built into it. This is the mobile version, far less expensive, but hopefully will be just as cool. I tried the original Osmo at the Gadget Show Live. Unfortunately, that doesn't seem to be running this year. Right, so we've got manual, USB lead, charging lead, got the battery, and then the actual Osmo itself. Feels pretty nice straight away, feels nice and solid. Let's move that box out of the way. So it's had a bit of a charge, and you have to balance this by putting the phone in, and that will do a balancing. And I'm just sorting out the app. This is the DJI app, and it's got a new firmware update. So that's apparently going to take about 30 minutes. So while it's doing that, I'll just quickly show you the balancing process. So you have to put the phone in. So there's two parts to this process. You've got a lock on the back, and you've got a little lock here. The lock on the back is for the mobile, and the lock on the side there is for the weighted balance. So if we just pop the phone in, and it balances. So if you have a bigger phone, smaller phone, you need to change the weighting, you just adjust that arm in or out. Just out having a quick walk to test the camera, just using the OnePlus 3 front-facing camera. And got it on the Osmo. Let's get a shot. So far it's been very smooth, very steady. You face me, I'll face you. Head over there. And try and keep the camera steady.
Trying.
As you can see, when you're moving around, this makes a really big difference. It keeps things really nice and steady. You can get some really interesting shots, and you can also use this as a time-lapse mode. So here we've got a still time-lapse taking place, but because it's working in conjunction with the app, this can also produce motion time lapses. Very cool setup. You simply select where you want to start and where you want to finish, and the app has quite a few options on time lapse in terms of how long you want it to last, how many frames per second, all that kind of stuff is in there, as well as the movement. I've attached this to a tripod. It's got a little standard attachment to the side, but you will need a tripod where the attachment can go vertically, because the whole Osmo mount is designed to be handheld upwards and not lay down horizontally. So one very cool feature, especially if you're a vlogger, is that this can do motion tracking. So at the moment it isn't tracking me, so as I move around nothing's going on. If I come close, you see this little square here, and quite tricky to do on your own. Try and get my head in. There we go. And now you can see as I walk around, it's actually tracking me, which is really great if you want to do any kind of videos where there is movement and you're moving around and you're showing people. You can go right down as well. If you move, it's not too bad actually, you can track fairly quickly. But if it does lose tracking, it then stops until the item that you've selected comes back in. Hello, can you see me now? There we go. Oh, no, it's lost it. So the tracking, as long as you don't completely confuse it, should work okay, but you can manually then adjust it, set back up. And there we go, it's tracking me again now I've reset it. So there you go, that's a very quick overview of the DJI Osmo Mobile. That's been using the OnePlus 3T, and as you've probably seen, the other camera I've been using is the G7X. So far I'm really enjoying it. It's great to look at as it's moving around. It feels great in the hand. A few issues, sometimes the Bluetooth doesn't connect properly. A restart seems to resolve that. But if you've got any other questions about it, leave them in the comments below, or you can contact me on Facebook or Twitter. And if you enjoyed this video, please hit subscribe, and I'll see you soon.